This Leading the Charge segment is brought to you by Don's Welding. Don't throw it away, fix it.
Welcome back, everybody. We are joined by a familiar face, a former co-host on the show, Marcel Louis-Jacques, joining us from South Florida. You know, I'm a little upset, though. I thought I might get the balcony view of the really beautiful ocean and the weather, man. But I guess you just went in front of a T-shirt for the show.
Yeah, look, hey, first of all, the NFL Jam T-shirt is a quality shirt.
Yes.
From Homage. Quality shirt. Thank you to Homage for that. But also, it's nighttime. It's nighttime. So even if I could see the ocean from the balcony, it just simply wouldn't be the same as it would be if the sun was up.
Understandably so. So listen, I know every time the Bills and Dolphins play, you are called into, everybody wants to talk to you because you understand this matchup and you get it from both sides. But as we get ready for this matchup, it is such a big one for the Bills, obviously for the Dolphins too. What are just your general thoughts? How are you feeling about this game?
I mean, you know, last week was, to borrow a term from Mike McDaniel, it was a gut punch for the Dolphins. That was an opportunity to lock up the division after really blowing it 2 weeks prior against the Tennessee Titans. And not just losing, but losing in the fashion that they did, really not putting up much fight. There weren't a lot of positive takeaways from either side of the ball throughout that game. I mean, they even had the punter booting touchbacks through the end zone. Like, they weren't clicking by any means. And, you know, I've had this sinking feeling, you know, that, wow, man, they're really going to let this go until week 18.
Yeah.
And I felt this entire time that if it comes to week 18, I don't know how I can pick against Buffalo in this scenario for the simple fact that I'm yet to see the Dolphins beat the Bills in a game that matters. And the Bills right now are the hottest team in the NFL. I don't think anybody really wants to see them. Defensively, I don't know how they have continued to play like this over the past month with the injuries that they've sustained. But Sean McDermott's done a wonderful job over there. Meanwhile, Miami is banged up at exactly the wrong time. I think at full strength, this would have been an exciting matchup. It could have gone either way to pick them. Right now, the Bills are, I believe, 3-point favorites on the road. Obviously, not going to be a Jalen Phillips, not going to be Bradley Chubb, just tore his ACL. Xavier Howard is not expected to play. He's got a foot injury. Jerome Baker is not expected to play. He's still coming back from that knee injury he suffered in week 13. I think it's just simply too many injuries on the side of the ball that they could not afford to have injuries on when you're playing against a guy like Josh Allen, who's had such great success playing against the Dolphins in his career.
Let me ask you this. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, because there's a little bit of a delay here. What is the biggest mismatch for the Bills? Like, what is the area that they can exploit that makes them a team that can be so dangerous in this matchup?
Well, I mean, look what happened in week 4 when Stephon Diggs drew Kader Kohou with no Xavier Howard on the field. If Vic Fangio, the Dolphins defensive coordinator, decides not to shadow with Jalen Ramsey, that is putting Stephon Diggs on either Kohou or Eli Apple, both of whom gave up perfect passer ratings to Lamar Jackson last week, to the likes of Zay Flowers, Isaiah Likely, and Rashad Bateman, who are good pass catchers. Don't get me wrong. Those are good skilled players. They're not Stephon Diggs, though. Stephon Diggs on either of those two corners is barbecue chicken. That is the matchup to watch. I think that Vic Fangio's hands are tied, especially after seeing what happened in week 4. You have to shadow Diggs, but that's going to open up a door then for the Gabe Davises, the Khalil Shakirs of the world to find space against Apple and Kohou. Like that cornerback spot, it's why they drafted Cam Smith in the second round. They wanted that depth just in case one of their main guys goes down, and we're kind of seeing why. Cam Smith is not ready to hit the field yet. Eli Apple is not a quantifiable starter in the NFL at this point in his career. And Kader Kohou is not an outside corner. That's a nickel and slot guy who's better in run support right now than he has been in pass coverage. So that is an injury. Like I said, the Chubb and Howard, maybe you can overcome one of them, maybe, but both of them, I think it's just a little bit too much.
All right, that is Marcel Louis-Jacques. You can follow all of his work at ESPN as we get ready for this massive matchup. Marcel, very quick, what food do you miss the most about Buffalo?
I miss pizza logs, man. Like, okay, wings, don't get me wrong. Like, the wings are different in Buffalo, and it's turned me into a snob everywhere else I go. My fiance hates it every time she suggests wings at a restaurant, and I just go, I have to see them first.
Yeah.
I mean, let me dabble before I commit. But no, pizza logs, man, especially at Macy's, man. Shout out to Nick, because those things, when I had them when I was up there in October or September, like unlocked the part of my brain that I forgot that I cherished deeply. So yeah, if anybody can bring some logs from Macy's down,
I'll sneak some down for you. I've already got a problem with TSA, so I'm really going to do it in spite of them. That's Marcel Louis-Jacques. We'll see you in a couple days, buddy. Thanks for joining us.